Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to present a short video will be part of a multi-part series on a project that I'm working on, which is going to be adding an auxiliary battery system to the truck. And today we're going to cover the probably more simple part of the project, which is going to be swapping out the battery tray for an auxiliary battery tray. So if you know this, of course, Suburbans, Tahoes are used in a police force, and there's police packages that those trucks can be ordered with, which have a number of different accessories for all the lights and sirens and power and whatnot that the police force uses. So there's some parts that you can buy and kind of use to upgrade a vehicle that didn't come with that. So today we're going to cover just the battery, adding an auxiliary battery to the truck, and then there'll be other videos that we'll have coming up that are going to show the addition of the power accessories that I'm looking to add. Namely, will be addition of a fridge, a power port in the back for fridge, and an inverter and USB ports to run throughout the vehicle, so that I can charge and run accessories and have a refrigerator in the back for long trips, and something that's not tied to the starting battery. So let's get on with it. So first, here we have, this is the stock location, stock tray that comes with vehicles that don't have the police package. The starter battery is over on the passenger side, and so there's this blank tray on the driver's side, which for the police package will have the auxiliary battery. So for some reason they do have a different part number for the auxiliary tray. It just doesn't have the hooks in it to hold the battery down. So what I've got is, this is the auxiliary tray. It's part number, let's see, part number 229-89633. And of course, shaped very similar to what's in there, but it's got the little hook in here for holding the battery, and then threaded insert there for the hold down. And I'll put the part numbers in the description for these parts, but we've got the tray. There's a hold down piece there that will go right there and hold the battery down. And then I just used just a standard metric bolt for installing it. And that's just something I had laying around. So one of the things that had to research was, well, what size battery do you put in this tray? And was able to find that an H6 or size or group 48 size is the correct size for this. So I went out and got an AGM battery for that. I know a lot of people use lithium and lithium ion batteries for their auxiliary batteries, but those are very expensive. So I'm trying to kind of get into this without completely blowing the bank. So decided to get an AGM battery, which should have a little bit more ability to cycle than a conventional starting battery. I also looked at deep cycle, but for some reason I cannot find a deep cycle battery that's in this size. So and this is what the police packages use, and they do a lot of long drains with the vehicle off as well. So we're gonna go with this and see what happens. But this is an H6 and does fit in the tray on the little lock. So it goes in there just fine. And then of course the little holder will hold it there. So next step is to get the stock battery tray out of the vehicle. Okay, so removal should be pretty simple here. We got a number of 10mm bolts attaching to the fender well and to brackets underneath, so we'll just pop those out and this tray should come right out. Okay, so as is usually the case, that's a little bit harder than first thought, but we were able to manage here. So there's 7 10mm screws in the tray that have to come out, but there's one hiding under here. So I get the light working here. There's a lip of the battery tray that was underneath this plastic piece, which is part of the main fuse block under the hood. So the only way to kind of get that out without taking more stuff apart was to loosen or disconnect the fuse block from the vehicle. And so there was one screw there that was hiding. There's one underneath this harness there, and then a third screw on this side of the fuse block. And so that loosens up the fuse block, but still wasn't enough to get this lip out from under the plastic part. So had to do a little bit of harness unrouting. There's this little loom here that had a couple zip ties, had the clip, kind of move it out the way, and one connector. So I went ahead and disconnected the battery. So I disconnected this connector here to give some more room. And I've got my auxiliary fog lights relay here, so you probably won't have that on yours. But then that allows enough mobility here with the harnesses to be able to, it kind of takes 2 hands to do, but I was able to slip this tab out from underneath this plastic part here. And then once you do that, once you get that tab out from underneath, then the tray just comes right out. And you can see what's underneath there. It connects with several speed nuts, so you got to be careful torquing it down. You don't over torque those. Okay, and so here is a comparison of the stock tray on the top and the auxiliary battery tray on the bottom. So you can see the difference here has the little welded lip for installing the battery, and then a threaded hole here for the hold down. Everything else looks very much the same. All right, so I'm just going to get this auxiliary tray put in and get it in place. Okay, so here's the new tray installed, and you can see now I've got it underneath this lip, which is the way it's supposed to go, which is part of the main fuse block. So now I'll just need to reroute these connectors and then put the fasteners in. Okay, here it is all put back together. Screws are all torqued in. I torqued these two first to kind of pull it in tight since it goes across a couple different surfaces, and then this plane second to bolt it down. And you see I got the loom rerouted, and it has a little Christmas tree fastener here that pushes in and zip tied in, so everything's nice and tidy again. And then all 3 fasteners here. You can see I've got this fastener here. The tray goes underneath the bracket, so I've got a fastener there for that, and then there's 3 of them that hold the fuse block back in. So next we'll get the battery loaded in. All right, so we got the battery in. I'm gonna have a terminal block that's going to go on top of here, so I put the positive out, and it's also probably safer than having it close to the frame. So I think that's probably the way it's meant to do from the factory. So you can see the hold down bolt down there. That's an M8 by 1 1/4 pitch metric fastener, if you're out there trying to source that. And you can see she fits in good and tight. And so next steps will be to start adding things to this, but this video is intended to just show how to get the auxiliary battery plate in and to install the battery. I did need to move this brace out of the way, so I popped a couple of the pop rivets here to loosen the bolt there and remove a bolt here, so I'll get that put back in. But I just loosened that on so I could move it out of the way, and the battery slipped in there nicely. All right, so hope you enjoy this video, and please like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.